Respawn and EA have done it again. They seem to really want to kill this game, because frankly, it's insane what they are trying to pull off with this next season. In Season 22, they're going to change the Battle Pass to make sure that you have to buy it twice every season, once every split. It makes a lot of sense that EA would do this. EA or Respawn, we really don't know. It makes a lot of sense, though, that they would do this, because it was highly praised that the devs had reverted splits for ranked in the past seasons, because nobody likes splits. It draws out your competition, and it feels terrible to go and lose all the progress you made just to have to earn it back. Everybody loved it when they got rid of them. Well, pretty much everybody, but you'll always have somebody hating something if it gets put out there. But nobody really called for the return of splits, and yet last season they brought them back anyway. At the time, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. Everybody was scratching their noggins trying to figure it out, but now that we're looking at it through the rose-colored glasses of tomorrow, it really does make sense why they would want to bring splits back, because if you can charge people twice for a battle pass, that's a lot more money in your pocket that you, frankly, won't spend on better servers or fixing any issues with the game. Instead, just padding the pockets of those shareholders. Dear God, what will we do about the shareholders? Why won't we think about the shareholders? But this news has sparked debate all across the internet, throughout every channel that I've ever played or seen Apex content in, including my own friend group. It was the first thing they told me when I joined the Discord call this evening. And, you know, that makes a lot of sense. We've invested a lot of time and money into this game, and I don't regret any of it. In fact, I'm using skins as the background of this video because I figured, why not? One day they will be gone anyway, so I might as well. I did personally stop buying skins last December when I realized that they pretty much always released every recolor as a purchasable skin. They stopped doing recolors for probably close to a year now. They finally did actually add new recolors to the store, but with this new Battle Pass announcement, well, it makes a lot of sense that they don't really care to make the money on the recolors anymore, doesn't it? All over the internet, people are lamenting that the game is going to die because of this, and the numbers are really low right now, so that makes a lot of sense. What with your 6-man teams in ranked, along with just so many cheaters, EA and Respawn just don't seem to be caring for the game in the right ways. Instead, they seem to be caring about how much more money they can get from all of its players. They're acting as if the game is already dying, when in reality, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because all they're doing is actively feeding into its death. They could have gone the route that Riot went with League of Legends. As much as I despise League of Legends, trust me, I played it for 5 years. League had it figured out. They knew how to both make a boatload of money and a competitive game that was, honestly, still fun to play to this day. I logged in probably a couple months ago to try it out, and it's still fun, even with all the toxic assholes, right? Now they're going to be charging $9.99 for half a battle pass, because every split you'll have to buy another one. To quote an EA rep, the decision to move from Apex coins to real-world currency is not one that we made lightly, but it does allow us to decrease the price of Premium Plus for our community. That's a bunch of bullshit. If you had bought the Battle Pass in Season 3, you would have gotten enough coins to buy the Battle Pass every season to this season. I think that decreases the price of Premium a lot more than changing it to real-world currency. So don't believe them when they try and lie to you like that. If enough people do cause us think, they might backtrack, but I'm not too sure they will. It seems like they preempted this with the change back to splits for rank. But with skill-based matchmaking still dragging the game down from getting new players, I assume this is because they actually saw a dip in their actual revenue last quarter. We'll only know at the end of the year, but I would guess that that's what's happening. They're seeing player dip, and they don't know how to compensate and get more money, so they're doing this. And that's bullshit. I think this decision's just going to absolutely bite them in the ass. Not only is it going to drive people away from the game, but people that would have previously spent money are probably going to see this as the death knell that it really is. And frankly, that's going to stop most people from wanting to buy anything at all, because if your game is going to die soon, those digital goods are just going to go with it. You'll never see them again, and let's be honest, EA and Respawn are not going to try and transfer them to any new future IPs that they might have. I don't have an objective with this video other than to voice my dissent with their decisions. Because if we allow this to just happen silently, and it somehow doesn't kill the game, then they'll know that they can just try this again later with something else. Maybe they'll try $1.99 per game session. Oh, did you want to join another BR? Did you die on Hot Drop right away? Well, you can start again for the discounted price of 50 cents. Because that's how it feels. It feels like EA and Respawn are just wringing your pockets dry every time that they make changes to this game that aren't core changes to things that we really could have used, like mechanically, or even the servers. People have been talking about servers and audio issues and desync for probably 5 seasons altogether. I know audio and servers have been an issue since the inception of the game, but when you earn a couple $1 billion, what does it matter if you let your game suffer? People are going to keep spending the money. They're pushing their way to a breaking point. It's coming around the bend faster than I think they realize, because a lot of people are saying they're going to just completely quit, and I support them wholeheartedly. You could also play for free on the servers, do nothing, act like a bot, and just take up their server space to eat into their profits a little bit more. But either way, it doesn't really matter. They've sounded the death knell, and even if they roll this change back, there's nothing they can do to undo that. So yeah, do what you want, Respawn. Do what you want, EA. You had an amazing game. The gameplay of Apex is like nothing else out there, I'll be honest. So to ruin that is just you trying to open the doors for somebody else to make another movement shooter to take your spot. Because I guarantee you, there's someone out there developing a game and just waiting for the day that Respawn fucks up enough that they can scalp some of their player base on their own game. Because this thing is a cash cow, and if they had looked after it better, they could have kept getting cash from it forever. But those darn pesky shareholders wanted more and more, and Respawn just couldn't help itself. I've been AX Entity. This is just an opinion video. I don't do these all that often, but if you liked it, like the video. I do put shorts out all the time. If you want to see some of those, you can always subscribe. That's all I got. You guys have a good night, and fuck Respawn, I think, right?